who opens the garage door and lights a flare. Ava can't stop staring at the zombie, who only stares back. She has to leave the building when the soldiers come in to shoot the zombie down. At the end of the day, priests offer prayers for the dead before the bodies are thrown into holes in the ground. Then trucks throw dirt to cover them up in a very impersonal burial. The cold sight bothers Ava, so she goes for a walk. When she sees the coast in the distance, she remembers her vacation with Mitch at the beach. At night, helicopters guard the town with their lights. In her room, Ava secretly checks a map and draws the fastest route to a resort in the south. Seeing how long the distance is, Ava curses but still wants to proceed with her mission. She grabs her things and sneaks down the stairs, always making sure to avoid any people running around. Music and chanting can be heard in the mess hall, but Ava ignores it and enters the kitchen, where she finds a door that takes her straight to the exit. However, when she's about to leave, an officer catches her red-handed and sends her back inside, saying they shouldn't have let Americans join them. Then Ava goes to the mess hall, where the survivors are having a party to distract themselves from the horrors of their job. Clay gives her a drink and Ava opens up about her husband's situation. She also says that the zombie they saw earlier didn't look fully gone. In fact, she thinks it looked lost and scared. Clay doesn't believe it, causing Ava to feel uncomfortable and leave the party. Later, Ava and Clay search another house, where a zombie suddenly comes out to attack them. At that moment, Ava wakes up in her room. She looks out the window and observes the smoke that still covers the city. Early in the morning, volunteers go out again and Clay and Ava find some bikes in a garage. Clay jumps on one and wonders if they'll let him keep it while Ava keeps searching. In the neighboring room, she finds dozens of bodies left by a party. There's alcohol and illegal substances on the table, so Clay consumes some happy powder and shares that he's been riding bikes since he was a kid. Ava shows him the map and wonders if he could take her to the south on the bike to avoid the worst areas. Clay teases her for her determination and agrees to drive her. While Clay goes looking for helmets, Ava hears a noise and turns around to find a zombie, which is clenching its teeth and making weird sounds. Ava tries to communicate with it, but Clay comes back and tells her to move away. Afterward, the duo leaves the building with the bike and sneaks out of town through an open gate. They run down the road and once they're far enough, they get on the bike and ride away. Clay is so excited that he drives at full speed and dodges all the abandoned cars on the road. A few hours later, the duo sees some military vehicles approaching, so they rush to hide behind a car. At that moment, Ava sees a zombie in the middle of the road, but when it starts to walk, it gets shot down by the soldiers. Ava stares at the fallen body and can't help imagining it as Mitch. After the soldiers leave, the duo keeps traveling. The closer they get to zero ground, the more smoke and ash are in the sky, not to mention every place is in ruins. Eventually they stop at a town for supplies and they can't stop coughing because of the smoke. When they encounter more zombies, they rush back to the bike to leave. At the next town, they stop at a restaurant and ignore all the dead bodies to look around. In the kitchen, they drink water from the tap and wash up. Clay's muscles are sore after all the driving, so Ava gives him a massage. She shares that she's been a physiotherapist for 6 years and opened her own clinic recently. Mitch worked in renewable energy and came to Australia for a company meetup. Clay says he's a builder with a small business in Melbourne. Ava looks at his tattoo and wonders if he lost anyone, but he doesn't answer. Suddenly a zombie appears